Thunder had won 11 of 13, Jazz 12 of 16. Thunder had won both meetings with the Jazz so far this season. Russell Westbrook, 11 straight triple-doubles coming in. Neil, I saw you in that shirt.
I thought he got it out of your closet.
Check out this interaction in the first half. Westbrook looking over at Chauncey Billups, who's working the game. Known for backing down his opponents, Westbrook tells him, I'm working on my Chauncey post-up. So let's see how he can do it. Working on Ricky Rubio, and then does the Rock the Baby celebration. A few possessions later, Westbrook backing Rubio down again. And he's rocking the baby again. Later in the half, Westbrook working on Royce O'Neal now. Turnaround jumper. Westbrook, 20-plus points, 10-plus rebounds in the first half for the first time since 2017. Thunder by 9 going into the half. But here comes the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell with a 3. Time winding down in the quarter. Mitchell off balance, but on target. Jazz outscored the Thunder by 11 points, lead by 2 going into the fourth. It's 95-93, fourth quarter now. Thunder trying to make a comeback. Westbrook at 40. Next Thunder possession, Paul George, his new Thunder buddy for life, knocking down a 3. Thunder down by 3, just under 2 minutes to go. George, he has been fantastic this season. Mitchell goes flying by on the ball fake, and George able to knock it down. It's 124 apiece. Jazz with the ball now. 15 seconds left, 129 apiece. Mitchell blocked by Jeremy Grant. Thunder out and running, decide not to take a timeout. Westbrook going to keep it himself, gets a look. Clank, clank. So let's go to overtime. And the scoring did not stop in overtime. Off a turnover. George off and running. Windmill. And now George is at 40 for the game. First teammates to each have 40 points in the game since 2017. Jazz with it now. Just over a minute to go. Mitchell. You ever been bit by a spider? Jazz take a 1-point lead. Mitchell with 38. Thunder inbounded quickly. They're off and running. Westbrook bangs into Jay Crowder, and that's it. Fouls out, 43 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. So the triple-double streak going to come to an end at 11 games. 139 apiece. Less than 20 seconds to go. George, no good. So the Jazz with another chance. They got 2 timeouts, but Quinn Snyder doesn't call it. He's got the ball in Donovan Mitchell's hands, and that's what he wants. But he's off the back of the rim, so how about a second overtime? Less than 30 seconds in double overtime. Jazz by 1. Mitchell can't get it to fall again. Ends up back in Mitchell's hands somehow. Ingles throws up a desperation 3. That won't go. So the Thunder go the other way. No timeout call because they got the ball in George's hands, and that's what they want, especially with Westbrook out of the game. George up high over Rudy Gobert, one of the best defenders in the NBA, who had his eyes on blocking that one. But look at that. George with 45 points on 31 shots. And he puts the Thunder up by 1. So one last chance for the Jazz. 0.8 to go. Down by 1. Kyle Korver. Steven Adams in his grill. Can't get it to go. Thunder win a thriller by 1.
No, I mean, we just need these wins. I mean, that game winner wouldn't have happened. The guys, didn't make big shots. Jeremy made a big 3. Abdul made a big 3. I mean, those guys put me in position to win this game. The floater wouldn't have happened, man, if those dudes didn't make those big shots that we needed. Because I went cold there for a minute, and those dudes stepped up.
Good win, man. Good home win. Especially first one out the break, setting the tone to kind of, get our minds right to what we want to do in our main goal. So.
There's so much trust out on the floor tonight. Abdul hits a big 3. You guys kind of had that next man up. What did you see from the group?
Everybody just being ready, making big shots, making big plays down the stretch. And it's a collective win by all of us.
It was a strange feeling, Russ. You haven't spent into games on the bench very often, but fouling out and having to watch last overtime and a half, was it a strange feeling?
Next question.
I was at lunch today, and they were replaying on ESPNU a 2008 game,
You got some, Gallo?
UCLA and Cal. Do you ever watch yourself from those old days?
What did you see on PG's floater there at the end?
It was tough, man. Tough shot. Gobert, big play, man. Big players make big plays, man. I think obviously he's been making it all year long, and tonight was one of those nights where he made another big play.
How impressive was Nader's play once you got out?
88 points between the Thunder tandem, fourth different set of teammates with 40 points in the last 35 regular seasons. February 1996, Jordan and Pippen. Jordan 44, Pippen 40. Bulls beat Reggie Miller and the Pacers. Nobody did it again until Westbrook and Kevin Durant. That duo did it 3 times in their careers together, most recently in 2015 against the Magic. 2017, 21-year-old Karl Anthony Towns, 22-year-old Andrew Wiggins did it against the Lakers, but LA would get the last laugh. D'Angelo Russell won it in the final seconds. And then on Friday, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, George's 7th 40-point game of the season and the 3rd for Westbrook.
The movie Coming Home won 3 Academy Awards in 1978. 40-plus years later, we have a different coming home with the best homecoming winner going to Toronto for its response to the return of DeMar DeRozan.
From USC, a 6'7" forward, number 10, DeMar DeRozan.
Standing ovation, well-deserved for the Raptors' all-time leader in games, minutes played, and points. And when he was a child, he dreamed of the big top. He's not clowning. DeRozan, 360 around Serge Ibaka. He had 11 in the first half, finished with 23. This game was tied all the way, and it's tight with 50 seconds to go. Marco Bellinelli from DeRozan. Bellinelli, 5 of 12 from 3. The Spurs up 2. After a missed free throw by the Raptors, DeRozan. He's also the all-time leader in turnovers for the Raptors, and it's Kawhi Leonard, who he's basically swapped for, who gets him right there, along with Kyle Lowry, his old running buddy right there. DeRozan turns it over at a bad time. Not that there's a good time to turn it over. Raptors up 1. Final 10 seconds, and DeRozan had a step. Instead gives it up to Davis Bertans. He misses. Lowry the rebound, but was he out of bounds? Had he established position inbounds? Take another look. The officials looked at this. Took way too long. It's just a buzzkill when they can't make decisions quicker. And when they finally made a decision, they gave the Raptors the ball. And then we had another decision to make right here. Was that a backcourt violation? Instead, it was called a foul on White. Leonard makes his free throws. This is not to say that I know how to officiate at all, but just watching games, sometimes you're like, yeah, can we get a call? Bellinelli, no. Raptors, yes. 120 to 117.
A lot of times just get a mismatch. Smaller guy
How you compare to yesterday to breaking up with your girlfriend, but it's like that moment when you see her for the first time after y'all break up, your heart jumps.
Yeah, you be like, damn, she's still fine.
That was funny, man. All right, DeRozan stacks up among some other notable all-time leading scorers for a franchise in their first game back. Dwight Howard, 39 points, 39 free throw attempts in a Lakers win in his return to Orlando. LeBron James, 38 points in a Heat win in their return to Cleveland. Kevin Garnett, 17 points in a Celtics win in his first big game back in Minnesota.
Academy Awards, and it has a history that dates back more than 90 years.
We have our first tie of the night in the best drama category. Jimmy Butler in Not Feeling Minnesota and the Pelican Grief, starring
boy.
Anthony Davis.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and it was the Pelicans who ended up giving the Pacers grief for the first half of this game. Of course, New Orleans cutting the minutes of Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday in favor of younger players. Davis ended up playing 20 minutes, finished with 15 points. Here's Holiday, misses the 3, but Sheck Diallo has got his putback. The Pelicans led by as many as 20. They led by 13 at the half. They scored 71 in the first. Coach McMillan says, hey, man, we look like a team still on break in the first half. After the half, they look like a team that was ready to break out thanks to Wesley Matthews. The crossover, the step back right there. More Matthews. Corner, gives it up. Another 3. The fans say, we love the threes, please. Matthews. Rhythm is going to get you. Hits another one. Matthews. 15 points, 4 of 4 from 3 in the third. He finished the game with 24. The Pacers outscored the Pellies 39-23 in the third. Fourth quarter, Pacers with the lead. Bojan Bogdanovic for 3. Pacers outscored the Pellies 68-40 in the second half. Pacers win 126-111.
Knicks' overall losing streak is over, but they still hadn't won in 17 tries at home. Timberwolves paid a visit Friday. Karl Anthony Towns made the trip, not able to play because he was in the concussion protocol after a car accident. Dennis Smith Jr., fresh off the dunk contest, acting like he's still in it. Throwing that down. Look at Dario Saric wants no part of that. Just get out of the way. If you're still on the ground, you're not going to do much to stop that one. Here's his dunk from the dunk contest in case you missed it. That's J. Cole, and he jumped over him. Smith wound up coming in second. Here's a look at those two dunks side by side. Smith, high flyer, finished with 7.7 assists. DeAndre Jordan, 16 points, 19 boards. Damian Dotson, Alonzo Trier, 20 apiece for the Knicks. Taj Gibson, Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins at 17, Gibson with 19. And then Derrick Rose, he added 20. Minnesota wins at 115-104, third straight win for the Timberwolves. Knicks still struggling at home. And the award for best drama goes to the Knicks. We're projecting that for their expected performances in the NBA draft and free agency. They would certainly like to add Zion Williamson to their cast and also some big-name free agents who are currently starring in other productions. They can join the show as well. So stay tuned this spring and summer for more.
To be nominated, but I actually really wanted to win, so thank you.
And when you did, and if we were going to give out a best lead actor award in this Utah-Oklahoma City game, how would you split it between Paul George and Russell Westbrook?
This is a tough one, Neil. It's like when you go to one of those movies and there's two big-time actors in it, and you're not really sure who's going to be nominated for lead actor and who's supporting actor. So I guess I'd look at it this way. Russell Westbrook produced it, directed it, wrote it, starred in it, but then his character got killed off when he fouled out. So Paul George ended up being the hero at the end. And it's been that kind of year for this team and these two players. But I think I'd start with Paul George. The way he finished the game tonight was fitting, that he got that shot to go to win the game, because this guy's had the best year of his career offensively. He's at the point now where you expect these kind of finishes, and I think it's a really encouraging sign for the Thunder. They're winning these kinds of games this year. This is a different Thunder team than the one we have watched over the last few years, and a legitimate, I think, challenger to Golden State and maybe a conference finalist when it's all said and done.
That's Tim Legler. Nothing but net. You know, Paul George has been treating opposing teams like chemistry sets and blowing them up, man. We're by the numbers. He's got 7 40-point games this season, tied for the second most in the NBA. He had 8 40-point career games in his career prior. He's hit 3 go-ahead field goals in the final 10 seconds of the fourth quarter overtime. That's tied for the most in the NBA this season. 13 points in clutch time Friday. That's during the final 5 minutes with the score within 5. That's tied for his most in a game this season.
The award for best foreign feature was close. Could have easily gone to Luka Doncic, who's burst onto the scene with some great performances, but it's Nikola Jokic's moment. Nuggets and Mavs in Dallas. That's 92-year-old superfan Frances Peg Houseworth on her birthday with Dirk Nowitzki. She said it's the greatest birthday she's ever had. She's had 92 of them. Doncic out with an ankle injury. Tim Hardaway Jr. misses, but check out Jokic with the rebound and the pass to Jamal Murray. The Nuggets out-rebounded the Mavs 63-42, and Jokic 38 assists from the backcourt, fourth most in the NBA according to Second Spectrum. Isaiah Thomas, pick and roll. Mason Plumlee finishing it, 23 apiece. We go second quarter, Mavericks by 5. Nowitzki still got that patented move and gets the roll. Mavericks up by 7. Late second quarter, 46 apiece. Malik Beasley going pick and roll with Plumlee, and big finish. 12 for Plumlee. Nuggets by 1 at the half. Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jamal Murray for 3. He shot 5 of 16, but got that one to go. He had 12 points. Later in the quarter, Gary Harris will end up with another 3 for the Nuggets. They scored 39 in the third. Jokic, 19 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. Early fourth quarter. Nuggets looking to put it away. Monte Morris to Thomas. He was 4 for 7 from 3 at 16 points. The Nuggets win at 114-104 over Dallas. All right, We got more NBA coming your way Saturday in prime time on ABC. You can't miss this. You got James Harden and the Rockets, Steph Curry and the Warriors. It all starts with NBA Countdown 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And if you're moving around, you can check it all out on the ESPN app.
He is not an unlimited range shooter. He's all of them. All of them. And the best one of all of them. He's also only 30, turns 31 next month. And you know how much I dislike talking legacy for players still playing, but Curry's already got a legacy. You see it when players like Trae Young pull up from basically half court. They think they can distort the chessboard. But he's shooting 31%. Had a stretch early in his rookie season where he went 8 of 59 from 3. People attempt to emulate Curry, try to do what he does, but he's the only him out there. He's made 10 or more threes in 10% of the games he's played this year. It's spectacular. It's the evolution of the game, and he is at the forefront. I mentioned the stat about Kerr, the most accurate three-point shooter ever, whose career high in threes in a game was 5. He did that 4 times in his career. That's 910 games. Curry's had at least 5 in 30 of the 47 games he's played this year. He might make this feel routine, but it's not normal. Tim Legler sliding in here, a guy that was a top 10 all-time three-point shooter yourself. And like I reached out to Kerr, I'm doing the same to you, and I guess what I'm asking you to do is help me understand how, as a great shooter, you consume what it is this guy is doing.
I'd love to be able to put it in context, but what he's doing is really incomprehensible to all of us, even great shooters, right, and guys that did it for a living. I guess the way I would describe it would be this. You think about the evolution of the three-point shot and the way it's changed the game. It's changed the way we play it. It's changed the way we cover it. It's changed the way we watch it. It's changed who wins titles. So in an era when everybody wants to do this thing, to separate yourself to such an extent that no other player can genuinely be in the debate about who's the greatest to do it, when you're that far ahead of everyone else who's ever tried it, and he is. It's not debatable anymore.
Right.
That puts it in context to me what we're watching right now. It still blows you away, and it's still electrifying to see him do it every time.
And you were telling me about a couple of back-to-back games in the Palestra where you went, what, 15 for 16?
Yeah, you think about the college line went in my junior year, right? So I only had it 2 years in college. I shot about 50% from the 3 in college.
Pretty good.
Not bad. I had a 2-game stretch I'll never forget. Back-to-back conference games at the Palestra, 15 for 16 from the 3.
Okay.
I got smoke coming off my hands.
Right.
And I still only got to 7 in one game and 8 in the other, and I only missed 1. So to put that, and that's a 19-9 line. So to put that in perspective, which what this guy is doing against the greatest athletes, the greatest defenders in the world, and making it look routine, just sit back and enjoy it, because you're never going to see this again. I genuinely believe you might not ever see another Steph Curry. He's that accurate from that distance. I don't know you're going to see that combination again.
I mean, no disrespect to the greatest 2-game stretch of your college life. That's just a random week for this guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 15 to 6, like, that's what he does. That's just, thank you. I mean, I don't know.
I tried, but
no, it's a